I'm Mehreen Gul and you're watching CGSS Bulletin Beyond Borders. In this program, we will have eminent scholars and analysts who will share their expert opinion on national, international, and current affairs. Today, we are having with us a very influential personality, Dr. Professor Shabir Ahmad. He is Director, Area Study Center, Peshawar, and also he is on our expert panel, Center for Global and Strategic Studies. Today, we will discuss the mega WRS project and historical project that is Belt and Road Initiative, in which 65% of the WRS population will interact with each other easily in terms of trade and cooperation, and they will share easiest routes for traveling. I welcome you, sir, on my program. Sir, first of all, I would like to ask the significance of Belt and Road Initiative in terms of regional integration that can lead to international integration.
Thank you, Mehreen. The Belt and Road Chinese initiative is in effect to integrate the three continents, Asian, African, and European. Definitely, it will first integrate the regional states, and regional integrate will then facilitate the global and international integration. Regional integration, the concept, first of all, let me...
Sir, can you please speak a little loud?
Okay. The concept of regional integration, let me say a few words about the concept first. Regional integration refers to the increased regional coordinated regional cooperation via increased cross-border connectivity. This regional integration has two components, hard and soft. Hard means the development of roads, railways, ports, pipelines, while the soft component of regional integration refers to the coordination and harmonization of policies. That is the soft way of regional integration. Belt is in fact the overland connectivity. Belt refers to the overland connectivity from China to various parts of Asia, Africa, and Europe. There are 6 corridors under the belt and for overland connectivity. First is Eurasian overland bridge, which is in fact rail connectivity from China to Europe via Russia and via Kazakhstan and Russia. The second corridor under the belt is China-Indochina, which will connect the Southeast Asian countries to China. The third one is CPEC, China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. The fourth one is China, Central Asia and West Asia Corridor, through which China will be connected via Central Asia with Iran up to Turkey. The fifth one is BCIM. In fact, India has been dropped from this Bangladesh, India, Myanmar, China corridor because India boycotted BRI, and now this is the Bangladesh, China, Myanmar corridor. And the sixth one is China, Mongolia, Russia up to Europe. So this belt represents the overland connectivity in BRI, while the road is the connectivity from the eastern ports of China, from Shanghai and Beijing via the South China Sea, Strait of Malacca, Indian Ocean, up to the Arabian Sea, and from Arabian Sea to Mediterranean up to Europe. So that is connectivity through sea lanes of communication. So these are the two components: the belt, overland connectivity, the road, the sea lanes, connectivity through sea lanes of communication. Regionalism or regional integration regional cooperation, it matters most. I mean, in this multipolar world, as the world is rapidly moving towards multipolarity, where the regional states would matter more, and definitely to tackle the issues of underdevelopment and to address the process of further marginalization, regional cooperation, and regional integration. NSE. Regional integration, in fact, it performs very important functions for regional states. For instance, it creates and diverts trade, new trade it creates, then it promotes peace and security, and definitely it facilitates the integration for regional states with the rest of the world. So regional integration, this cross-border connectivity infrastructure development, I mean, it is beyond the capacity of developing countries. And the Asian continent, why it is least integrated
Sir, kindly, can you please speak a little bit loud because there is distortion in your voice.
Okay, maybe that is why that might be due to the poor connectivity. I'm speaking loudly. So this regional integration performs important functions
Yes, sir.
for regional. First, it integrates the regional states with the rest of the world. If a region is efficiently integrated, then it will be able to integrate with the rest of the world. Further, it creates and diverts trade, and then it definitely promotes peace and security in a region. So this process of globalization and this process of marginalization for the periphery regions like South Asia and Central Asia, as opposed to the core regions of in the north, I mean, the only panacea for regional countries is to increase regional cooperation, to tackle the issues of underdevelopment and to arrest the process of further marginalization. And as I said, the developing countries lack the capital and technology for the development of cross-border connectivity. So these countries, I mean, this BRI is providing the opportunity for the development of cross-border infrastructure, and definitely Pakistan, I mean, is grateful to the all-weather friend China that it is helping. China is instrumental in developing this cross-border connectivity, which is the only panacea to arrest the process of further marginalization imposed by this process of globalization. Ji Mehreen.
Thank you very much, sir, for your valuable insight. I would like to ask, as you are an expert and scholar, so what do you think that how Pakistan can be benefited through this Belt and Road Initiative to enhance the cordial ties with the partner countries?
To capitalize on its geographical location, Pakistan has been pursuing a policy to become a regional transit hub. And thanks to China, due to CPEC, CPEC is realizing this Pakistan's dream to become a regional transit hub. You know, this component, CPEC, an important component of BRI, it involves only one country with China, that is Pakistan, where the trust level between the two countries is much higher. If you belt, I mentioned earlier, every corridor involves more than two countries. That is why it will serve efficiently Chinese purpose, while for Pakistan, it will be an economic lifeline when it completes. It bypasses unstable Afghanistan for Pakistan, this CPEC. Then it connects the landlocked Central Asian and Western Chinese region with the Indian Ocean and beyond. It connects Middle East, I mean the with Western China, from where China imports around 80% of its energy. So CPEC, it will connect huge supply and demand markets. It connects Central Asia with South Asia and West Africa with China. So to capitalize on its geographical location, the CPEC will realize Pakistan's dream to become a regional transit hub. And definitely, this has been termed as the natural resource of Pakistan, this geographical location. And now it's up to Pakistan to capitalize on it. Definitely, regional integration will benefit the landlocked Central Asia because Pakistan provides the shortest outlet to these republics, the landlocked Afghanistan. And further, it is important to mention that there is a realization amongst the regional states for increased regional cooperation and integration. Marine, this every region's growth path is a factor of, every region's growth path is a function of many factors unique to it. And in the case of Central Asia and South Asia, the resource endowment factor cannot be ignored. If you look at, when I say that Pakistan and the CPEC will connect huge supply and demand markets, I mean, on one side, there are huge energy rich countries. On the other hand, there are energy poor countries. So via Pakistan, only Pakistan can connect these supply and demand markets, and to capitalize, to transform these resources into inclusive development, it totally depends on integrating these supply and demand markets, where Pakistan's role will be instrumental, will be decisive, because if India imports energy, oil and gas from Iran or from Central Asia, it will import it via Pakistan. If Central Asia, Central Asia's access to Indian Ocean and beyond and South Asia can be facilitated only via Afghanistan and Pakistan. So Pakistan's role is very central, and CPEC further augments Pakistan's role in this regional integration.
So, sir, it is important to say that Pakistan is very important and central country for all this BRI project. So, in this regard, I want to ask you that territorial integrity and sovereignty are the crucial matters in Belt and Road initiatives, as many countries are involved in it. So what are the partner countries can play a role to reduce the risk, to strengthen the regional integration, like how the partner countries can work for this Belt and Road initiative to reduce the risk regarding strengthening the cordial ties or strengthening the other issues?
Well, there are two kinds of regionalism or regional integration or regional cooperation. One is known as open regionalism. The other is closed or tight regionalism. What is the difference between these two? If you look at the European Union, that was first a free trade area, then it became a custom union, and finally it became an economic union, where the supranational institutions are involved. A custom union means that the member states will have protectionist measures against the non-members in the form of uniform tariff policy. In the economic union, the member state have common economic policy, and common currency. That is closed regionalism. In contrast to that, the BRI, the regional integration, the global integration under BRI is based on open regionalism. What is that? Open regionalism is activity or sector specific integration. It can be bilateral, it can be trilateral, and it can be a multilateral regional integration arrangement. For instance, there will be projects, activities where only two countries will be involved. There will be projects and activity where three countries will be involved. And there can be projects where four or more than four countries will be involved in regional integration arrangements. Further, when there are supranational institutions in closed regionalism, then it means the member states surrender sovereignty to those supranational institutions. In case of open regionalism, as no supranational institutions are involved, so no surrender of sovereignty regarding any decision making. This is important to note. And further, in other contexts, when this regional integration will materialize, will be augmented, and the cross-border connectivity infrastructure will be developed, what will happen? That interdependence will be created, which in turn will develop stakes for regional states in each other's stability. And that is crucial. Look at the EU, European Union, in other contexts. The European nations have fought more wars than the countries of this region. It was only after the Second World War when Europe created this interdependence through regional integration. And today, the region is most prosperous and stable in the world because regional integration has created stakes for regional states in each other's stability. And that is the way the regional integrations plays a role towards consolidating peace and regional security. Further, according to one study, doubling of trade between nations reduces the risk of conflict by 17%. It means that the cost of disengagement increases then, and the regional states then avoid the conflicts, or if the conflicts arises, the regional states resolve or try to resolve it very rapidly. That is, important to understand that this regional integration, a regional cooperation, it develops stakes in each other's stability. For instance, if this pipeline becomes operational, the gas pipeline from Iran via Pakistan up to India or up to China, the cost of disengagement will increase and it will develop stakes for regional states in each other's stability. Likewise, if TAPI materializes or if this CASA 1000, then the stakes in the stability of Afghanistan will be much higher for the regional states. So this is the role which regional integration plays in peace and security. Further, it is also important to mention that when the crisis emerge in a region, it transcends the borders within a region very rapidly. So if the region is well integrated, then the regional states will effectively and efficiently resolve the crisis. That is why a regional approach to regional security will be instrumental in the form of regional integration, in the form of developed hardware and software infrastructure across the borders.
Thank you very much, sir. As you are a scholar and expert on Central Asia and Russia and China, sir, what suggestions you can give to Pakistani government that how can we boost or strengthen this project?
CPEC is very attractive for Central Asian republics. Central Asian republics, since 1991, they are looking towards Pakistan. I mean, they are looking to have an outlet towards the Indian Ocean because historically, Afghanistan and Pakistan provided the shortest outlet to the Central Asian region. What happened, unfortunately, that during the 1990s, there were frequent uh, government changes in Pakistan. So Pakistan could not formulate and implement an effective policy towards the region. So this then definitely these republics were looking towards the West for capital and technology. Further, uh, as I said, CPEC in contemporary, in today, in the current period, CPEC bypasses instable Afghanistan for Central Asia, but still peace in Afghanistan will bring Central Asia and Pakistan more closer, and peace in Afghanistan will definitely uh, expedite the rise of this whole region, economic rise of this whole region, because this region has more, I mean, advantages vis-a-vis the European Union. This region produces the most wanted agrarian products like cotton and grain. Cotton is the most traded commodity in the world, and grain is essential for any country for having this food security. Similarly, the region, Central Asian region, has hydrocarbon resources. What is needed, in fact, to integrate and the peace in Afghanistan will further, I mean, boost and expedite this Central Asian, South Asian integration. So I hope and pray for peace in Afghanistan and the Central Asian states, in Pakistan, Iran, China, Russia. They must play their role in the peace process of Afghanistan, so that these resources can be transformed into inclusive development, because the transformation of these resources into development needs integration. So these resources and markets meet. That's what I would suggest.
Sir, thank you very much. Now we will end up our session and we will have more session on different topics. So we will discuss different issues on national and international and current affairs. So up till now, thank you very much, sir, for your precious time.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.